I wanted to look at this really quickly. So I'll just do this. I had somebody from the stream, somebody from the community, Rednex90. He tagged me. He came up with some ideas for PvP rewards, and you guys know I've made a million videos of this, of like things that they could do in WoW to encourage PvP participation, new game modes, blah 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 blah. We made a million videos like this, but I wanted to check out his post, see if he has any fresh ideas, and kind of give my own thoughts on maybe some things that they could add this expansion, even some like really low-hanging fruit. So let me check this out really quick. So he made like a mock blue post. So blue post announcing new PvP rated modes, 2v2 shuffle and dual arena. Greetings, champions. These are fake patch notes, by the way. In our ongoing effort to expand World of Warcraft's competitive PvP landscape, we are excited to share details on 3 experimental rated PvP formats. Could you imagine? Currently under internal review. These modes aim to provide more variety, reduce barriers to entry, and support long-standing players' communities such as duelers and 2v2 enthusiasts. Below is an overview of the proposed systems, their goals, and what players can expect if these modes moves forward. Is this real? No, this isn't real. Could you imagine if it was real? I mean, I feel like we should expect it at this point, but got baited. All right, here we go. 2v2 rated shuffle. 1 healer, 1 DPS. Now, I will say the one thing that is not good about this, if I could provide some initial feedback, is we already have a problem where there's not enough healers. The healer DPS ratio is way off. There's not enough people playing healer. So DPS are already sitting the longest queues ever when it's a ratio of 2 DPS to 1 healer. Having it be 1-to-1 might be ridiculous. The only thing that might make it better is if people actually enjoy healing in 2s over 3s, which is possible. It's possible, but I think this would have to have a double DPS mode as well. We heard continuous feedback that many players enjoy the pace and clarity of traditional 2v2 combat, but often struggle with finding partners. To address this, we're exploring a solo shuffle style version of 2v2, allowing players to queue immediately, no LFG barriers. Now, another thing I want to say is I think 2v2 could actually just be fun if they just gave it rewards. I think people will play 2v2 if it just has rewards, literally. Like, I am someone who is totally happy if they decided to add Gladiator to 2s again. I wouldn't even care. Or like some unique reward. But like, I think you should be able to get a PvP mount in 2s. I think you should be able to get stuff in 2s. I really do. A lot of people like 2s more. They like the quick dampening. They like that as a healer, you can be more offensive. You're not just healing the whole game. Like, I don't know. Anyways, the overview. 1 DPS, 1 healer per team. Identical rules and dampening timeline to standard 2v2. 2 rounds per match. Round 1, DPS with healer A. Round 2, DPS with healer B. Rating changes are based on overall match performance. Goals. Reinvigorate the 2v2 community, which has declined since 3v3 solo shuffle introduction, providing a fast queue, low friction competitive environment. Allow healers to play more offensively and enjoy faster paced matches. Rewards. End of season title for top players. Seasonal mount. Top 100 title that must be actively maintained. But I really think that 2s would make a comeback if they just added rewards to it, literally. Because I think even using LFG to find 2s partners is way easier than 3s. I mean, the thing that showed that the most is playing Classic, right? 2s is wildly more popular in like Classic TBC. When I was playing Classic TBC and Classic Wrath, people love 2s. They love 2s. So I don't mind this idea, but I think that like a shuffle 2v2 might be hard. I think they should just reward 2s again. He said reviving 2s could damage 3s. I guess so, yeah. Maybe it could be a unique reward to 2s. Like, I understand the concern of like damaging 3s, but at some point I feel like we have to address the issue that 3s has some problems. You know what I mean? Most people just can't. Most people have nobody to play with, man. I don't know. Maybe they could address that, but let's keep going. Revitalize PvP even if it harms 3s. Yeah, that's how I kind of feel too. I don't think you can just force people to sit in LFG and play 3v3 arena by just killing the rewards and other fun game modes. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a healthy thing to do. But what do I know? Rated 1 duel arena. So this is something that people have been wanting for a long time. Dueling has been an important part of WoW PvP culture for decades, from Durotar and Goldshire to community-made tournaments. We're exploring ways to bring this timeless format into rated ecosystem. Once again, guys, these are fake patch notes, but just something to encourage conversation. So DPS only rated bracket, so no healers allowed. New duel-specific arena environments, the Durotar Pit, Goldshire Yard, no pillars, circular octagon-like layouts designed for pure head-to-head combat. No pillars. I don't know if I like no pillars. I feel like having a pillar might be okay, but maybe it's like a pillar that goes up and down. You know, like kind of like, you know what would be a decent duel spot is the Ring of Valor. Maybe repurpose Ring of Valor for like a duel pit. Because I don't mind pillars, but I think just running around one pillar over and over is kind of boring. If the pillars actually went up and down, it might be more interesting. 45-yard diameter arenas are a classic duel space with invisible boundaries. Stealth and reset mechanics to reduce extreme reset-based gameplay. At 30 seconds, both players gain permanent stealth detection. Stealth-based classes may still enter stealth to activate core abilities, but cannot fully reset indefinitely. Permanent stealth detection? So you can't even like re-stealth for like 10 seconds. Goals: provide an official ladder for the dueling community. Create a highly competitive best in the world environment for 1v1 specialists. Encourage skill expression in matchups without pillar or LOS resets. I don't know. I don't know if I fully agree that there's more skill expression with no pillars or LOS resets. I think that's something that you can strategically use. I think matchups become I think matchups will become insanely one-dimensional if there's no pillars. You know what I mean? Like, imagine a rep paladin just running at you for 20 seconds straight, immune to everything. I don't know. I'm not for that. End of season title and rewards: Champions Belt Transmog for rank 1. You get the WWE Intercontinental Championship belt. All right, rated 1v1 duel arena. In addition to the general 1v1 queue, we're exploring a mirror-only version where players compete exclusively against each other of the same specialization. So you would, like, mages would only duel mages, rogues would only duel rogues. That would be interesting. Some duel maps and rules as the main 1v1 queue. Queue match making restricted to your spec only. Would you guys be interested in that? Like, as a mage, you can only fight other mages. As a rogue, you can only fight other rogues. As a druid, you can only fight other druids. I think it's way too specific. I think the queues would be 1 billion years long. You don't want to queue a 1v1. 1v1 can never be balanced. I think for dueling, it would be more fun if you fight everything, yeah. This is really dumb. It's not dumb, man. It's just, I mean, I like talking about ideas. If you want fives back, goals: determine the top player of each specialization, avoid class counter issues with certain specs, dominate specific matchups, provide an ultra pure skill based ladder for each individual spec. Rewards: end of season rewards identical to the general dual ladder, spec champion belt for rank 1 of each spec, also transferred automatically if dethroned. These modes represent an expansion of WoW PvP environments with a focus on accessibility, competitive depth, and a support for long-standing community traditions. We look forward to hearing your feedback as we continue to evaluate these systems. We'll provide updates as development progresses. The World of Warcraft PvP team. That's how you know it's fake. All right, here's his ideas for the maps. What? Okay. So now that we went over this, like realistically, like let's talk about like realistically, what could be done? I genuinely think they need to bring back twos. Bring back twos. Glad mount. I think so. You know, there is a concern that this would kill threes, but I think it would be so popular and more approachable for people that it would be, I don't want to say it's worth killing threes, but I think it's worth experimenting with, because I think people like twos a lot. Twos is way more straightforward to play than threes. What else? A shuffle mount. We need a shuffle mount too. We need a shuffle mount and a blitz mount. All of these. I'm telling you, bro. Hot take, but 2's double DPS should have the advantage on a healer DPS. I don't know about that. I think healers have just... I think they've done a lot to encourage people to play healers, including making healers really OP compared to a DPS. Truthfully. So I do think that healers are just better than DPS. I know that sounds weird, but... Like, as a DPS, you'll never, ever beat a healer in a duel, ever. It's impossible. I've never seen it. You would need a, like, infinite dampening. They said they gave us a healer pennant with a feat for 50 wins over 1800 Blitz. Twos, threes, gladiator mount, shuffle, and blitz, different gladiator mount. Twos, threes, gladiator mount, shuffle, and blitz, different gladiator mount. So you think there should be a solo queue mount? So there should be like a team queue mount and a solo queue mount. So that would be like blitz slash shuffle. And then the team queue mount would be 2/3s. There needs to be actual rewards, yeah. I think, honestly, I think the easiest thing that they could ever do, the lowest hanging fruit imaginable, is just use, this is actually what I think would be the easiest thing they could do. Just have a dragon for each season that you get to customize its armor. They already have it in the game, right? They already have the Dragonflight armor customization thing on the drakes, right? Literally just take one of those dragons and every season, just add different armor that you can collect through the brackets. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe you can earn some armor in 2s, some in 3s, some in blitz, some in shuffle. Better armor for being high rated in 2/3s, blitz and shuffle, you know? That seems like the absolute easiest thing that they could do. To like make a cool mount that you can kind of customize every season. Maybe your mount could even have stuff for like getting rank 1, you know? Getting gladiator or whatever. Make a battle pass that has a very long time to grind. Yeah, battle pass could be cool too. That incentivizes you. A battle pass? That would be cool. That's not gonna happen though, but a battle pass with rewards for queuing different things. So like if you want to just play 3s, you can eventually finish your battle pass, but it might be quicker if you do like everything in the game. I don't know. Just spitballing at this point, you know? Just spitballing, but I think it's fun to talk about these things, and I appreciate Rednecks taking the initiative and checking it out.